The SUV, of course, is the king of the American road, from the Hummer all the way to the new seven-seater vehicles. But some special people are getting rid of their SUVs, and they're buying one of these. This is the largest pickup truck in the world. And to talk about this monstrosity, we welcome in International Truck and Engine Vice President and General Manager. That's a mouthful.
Yes, sir.
Nick Matich. How are you, Nick?
I'm great, Kane. How are you?
Thanks for being here. First, tell us, where'd you get the idea to make a pickup truck this big?
We actually had a couple of engineers and our sales and marketing people that were just playing around with a concept. This is actually a work truck. It started its life as a work truck, and in normal situations, it'd have a dump box on the back or a snowplow on the front. We were going to a show, a commercial show, and we decided to put a pickup box on the back of one just to see if there was a reaction to it. The reaction at the show was phenomenal. And then it started us thinking, well, why wouldn't we produce the world's largest production pickup truck? This truck has been certified by the Guinness Book of World Record as officially the world's biggest production pickup truck.
It's funny, most of the cool vehicles start out as, you know, the Hummer wasn't normally for people. You know, the Jeep even started as an Army vehicle. So, I mean, this is the way the popular things start.
Yeah, it started as a work truck.
Yeah.
It started as a work truck, and then it's taken on an entirely different life and an entirely different group of people that are interested in buying it.
Let's talk about the people who have bought it already. I saw a photo, and I didn't know I was looking at this, but a couple of months ago in a magazine, I saw Ashton Kutcher driving some beast, and I was like, what in the heck is he driving? And it was one of these.
It was one of these. In fact, it was a real hush-hush deal. Demi Moore wanted to give him one as a surprise present. And so we did one in black for him. They delivered it to him, and like everybody else, he's been like a little kid with it. I mean, when you drive this around and you blow the air horn and you hit the air brakes, you can't help but grin and think you're just you're having the greatest time in the world.
I'm grinning right now. I mean, the thing is a lot of fun. It's got an air chair. Do you need a Class A license to drive one of these? Or
You do not need a CDL, because this thing is rated underneath what requires a CDL. In a couple of states, and when people buy these, we encourage them to check with their dealer. In a couple of states, you might need an endorsement on your license because the vehicle has air brakes. And we put air brakes on it because this thing will tow almost 15 tons.
Insane. What does this thing cost? Can an average guy buy this?
It's $93,000 is base. When you load it up like this one, it runs about $115,000.
So basically, the average guy can buy one then.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. You know what? That's a lot less than I thought it would be, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. We've got a diverse group of people that are looking at it. We started out thinking that we wanted to sell it to small business people. We moved from there to outdoor enthusiasts. We've done a version of this with mossy oak and camouflage, and hunters are buying the truck. And then, of course, we got people like Ashton and others, people that just want the biggest truck.
What about the environmentally conscious Hollywood types who are buying all these hybrids? What's the fuel economy on this? And I assume it's diesel, so it wouldn't be gas mileage, it'd be fuel economy.
You're right. It is diesel. Diesels are environmentally very, very correct. It'll run on biodiesel. It'll run between 8 and 10 miles to the gallon. The fellow that brought it over today said he runs this up as high as 10.5 miles to the gallon. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it'll do the work of an equivalent 3 gas-powered pickup trucks.
It's not much worse than a muscle car would do.
Oh, it's a lot better than muscle cars will do.
What kind of features has it got?
This thing is just loaded. It starts with an International inline-6 engine, 220 horsepower, 540 pound-feet of torque. This one doesn't have it, but it has a tilt bed on the back. Interior.
What do you mean, in case you want to dump stuff out?
Absolutely. It's a feature. It's an option. The interior is loaded. It's got a leather interior. It's got wood grain. It's got a DVD player in it. It's got a premium sound system in it. This one has also got a rear-mounted camera with a panel inside, so if you're backing up, you can see, because we're trying to make sure that we're not only environmentally correct, but also very safety conscious. Obviously, when you drive something like this, you want to be able to see around you. The mirrors on it and things like that. We started with a great cabin chassis, and then we just refined it for the consumer.
You forgot about the bed in the back. The back seat folds down to a bed.
Yeah, you're right. You beat me to that. A leather seat, bench. You can also do bucket seats in the back if you want. And you mentioned earlier, they're all air suspended seats. So the cab is air suspended, the seats are air suspended, so you can really tune the interior to the way you want to ride. And when you're sitting up there behind the wheel, you know, you've got a view of the world that's kind of like the way Yao Ming looks at the world. You're up there almost 8 feet.
That's insane. Yeah, you know, I was up in the chair, and you just feel like you own the road. And you know what? Driving in New York City, I can imagine this is a lot of fun.
It is. It'd probably be a great time around the city. You can go just about any place you want to.
Nick, thank you. Parking it, however, probably not that much.
Parking would be a bit of a challenge, I think.
All right. We appreciate you showing us this, man. Maybe take me for a spin a bit later.
Absolutely. We'd love to take you for a spin. The only problem with that is you probably want to buy one.
Yeah, all right. Ray's, we'll be back with some more cold pizza right after this. Thanks.